Alright guys, welcome everyone once again to game number 1. So I actually had jumped into the game already. I just needed to fix all the scoreboard stuff, but you can see that the guys are already going for a dog forward. And Vinchester is playing with the Persians, Sebastian is playing with the Khmer. That means, of course, Vinchester civilization is going to be fantastic for these habitat maps, as they begin already with 100 extra resources. They can go for the dock over here a little bit earlier. You can see that Vinchester already has gotten one extra efficient ship compared to Sebastian. Now, the Uruguayan player, on the other hand, is going up to the fuel age already. Did you catch up on Denmark A versus Finland A that took place yesterday? There are so many series from the Nations Cup. No. If I've not been streaming, I've not really been watching too much Age of Empires either. How was it? Let me know. By the way, maybe next month I'm going to be in a position to finally provide coverage for some team games. My computer right now is not fast enough, so I think next month I'm going to be getting a new CPU for it. Where have you been, my son? Hey, Balkanaro. Just been busy in general and was kind of evaluating my life a little bit and making some choices. You can do !news to find out more about it. If you are in my Discord server as well, I did post some news in the news and updates channel over there. And yeah, it's a little bit of a scary and exciting future for sure at the same time, but I'm very much looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good overall. They're gonna play really well, in my opinion, apart from game 2. They just come to the superior players. Right, well, yeah, you know, any Nation Cup series involving Finland, I'm probably going to place Finland as the favorite. Unless you're talking, like, about China, maybe, or... I don't think even Norway would be strong enough, right? The Finns are just too good. And on Discord, but I wish you all the best. Thank you. Yes. I'm not going to stop streaming, by the way. I'm just not going to do it on, you know, the same basis as I'm doing it right now. And it's actually pretty interesting because I'll be streaming. Whenever I do stream, I will be streaming on multiple platforms at once. So I'm going to be streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch as well. You'll still be able to see me over here, but I'm going to be live also elsewhere. That is the main reason why I'm giving out the partnership, nothing else. Make it the joy in whatever you do. Oh yeah. I'll continue streaming. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just probably not going to stream quite as often as I did in the past couple months. And I'm going to try and focus a little bit more on the content creation side of things, so YouTube, shorts, that kind of stuff. So it's still going to be good. You're still going to get plenty of content, just not going to be quite as much streaming. Overall, Vinchester is looking good. Might not be the case over here. Oh, nice shot! Vinchester's villager goes down to the demo. Wrath from Sebastian and the Uruguayan. This certainly represents some danger over here for the Russian players, but Vinchester still looking better though. Plus, he's got 2 docks compared to Sebastian, who is only on 1 dock right now, so makes sense for the Russian player to be dominating water over here. Even if Sebastian goes for a demolition raft, so long as Vinchester's paying attention, right, and kind of spreading his units up, it's gonna be just fine. Meanwhile, Sebastian's thinking of going for a land push. The red player was the first one to go up to the fuel age, and once he got there, he was able to take the scout down from Vinchester, while Vinchester, on the other hand, it's gonna start going for some land units. It's going to be at a significant later time. Yeah, a significant later time compared to Sebastian. And here comes the red player. Now Vinchester realizes about it, but can he get away? It seems like he can. He's taking the villagers away. Nice. We should see at the very least one villager going down over here, and Sebastian needs to focus on taking the vills down, as there are some archers from Vinchester over here already. To be fair, the blue player doesn't really have flight chain. I think that's why he's not engaging, but it might be actually for the worst. That's one villager going down. He got pushed away from the wood line completely. Vinchester's gonna have enough wood over here to go just for a few extra archers, but he does have another wood line, so I guess not all is lost. Very good unit control from Sebastian, mind you. Won't be able to get yet another villager, but he was able to clean up all of Vinchester's archers, and now we're gonna see the red player left ahead in work account. Vinchester got crazy amount of idle TC time in the last couple minutes. Nice to hear you're enjoying your part-time job. Yeah, thank you. It's been great. I knew that it was going to be interesting, but it's been so good. It's probably, you know, I've had the possibility of getting like a quote-unquote normal job in the past, but this was the first one that I actually truly considered because it was so interesting, and I'm pretty happy with it. Actually, it's something that I probably wouldn't mind going full-time, but I'm consciously decided not to do so that I can still do content creation, because there are a few things that I want to do with Age of Empires content that I wouldn't want to stop content creation before achieving those things. No problem. Sebastian's looking good right now. He's gonna be the first player to click up to the Castle Age. And Vinchester is still behind by about 3 workers, despite being the only player with access to water. How good is that? Best of luck with the new ventures, bro. Thank you, Rosa. Well, one of the reasons also why I decided to do this, to stream a little bit less and do more content creation, is so that I can finally freaking make progress with singing, man. When I am streaming on a regular basis, it's just impossible to practice. Every day that I stream is... my voice is tired afterwards. Like, it's not damage or anything, it's just fatigue, right? And I need to let it rest for at the very least a day. If I am doing like 4 streams, 5 streams a week, it's just not possible to make progress. At the very least, not while doing what I do, right? Age of Empires shoutcasting. But now that should be a little bit better, hopefully. Vinchester's counter-strikes coming up. Sebastian's point of view reveals the units already. He's realizing about it now. Oh, but a villager goes down anyway. We'll see yet another villager going down. Well, maybe not. Oh, wait, he is? Yeah, there we go. He is focusing on the same villager, and that's another one going down. Vinchester's now here for payback. Already was able to get about 4 villagers. He's finally putting a lead in work account, but of course Sebastian gets to the Castle Age right away. He had already gone for a stable, so 1 night might be enough to clean all of this out. These guys surely will go down. There we go. Yeah. Units from Vinchester are getting cleaned up. Sebastian, on the other hand, has got a good amount of archers forward, actually. This might have been worth going for Crossman and Balkan Arrow, if only for these units, but he's not going for it. He's going around, and he'll try and push Vinchester away from gold. Let's take a look. We didn't take a look at the map generation this game. There are 2 golds available to Vinchester. One is on the left-hand side, the one that he's collecting from. The other one is on the right-hand side. That's one he can potentially go to. He gets pushed away from here, but right now he doesn't even have a mining camp over here. And now the scouts stepping on the house foundation, preventing Vinchester from quick walling on time. As the blue player is now on his way to the Castle Age, he might actually end up losing a bunch of villagers over here. It's going to be only 1 though. It feels like Sebastian kind of dropped the ball over there. Could have done a lot more damage. And now, okay, he's gonna try and come in once again. He's got the crossman upgrade on the way. He got delayed by the necessity of having to go for knights, of course, but once he gets the crossman upgrade, these guys are going to get significantly stronger. They are going to get extra attack. They are going to get extra range as well. It's going to be like getting Bakinara with the, you know, the addition of all the other stats as well. So here he comes. He's got Bakinara already, so these are fully upgraded crosses as well. Not really, no thumb ring yet. But doesn't matter. There you go. Vinchester. Interestingly enough, was able to catch up in work account, and he hasn't really gone for any extra fishing ships. It's just the villagers that he was able to gate down from Sebastian when going forward, right? Allow them to catch up in work account. So right now, Sebastian is certainly the one with momentum. He's pushing all the villagers away from farms, and he's already been taking a few villagers from the woodlands as well. Vinchester is not dead, at the very least, not yet, and he even has a counter strike coming up. 4 knights on the way. Sebastian's base. Sebastian's reaction over here is gonna be a monastery pretty much right away. I don't think it's going to be on time though, as the knights are coming in already. They are approaching, guys. This can be rough, I'll tell you. There we are. One villager goes down. Vinchester is now coming straight into the wood line. Sebastian, he is paying attention, so he'll be just fine. There is a possibility for Vinchester to keep on pushing elsewhere. Like over here, for instance, there is only 1 tower and there are a crap ton of villagers. 1 tower is not going to be enough, right? But the quick walls do come up over here, preventing the knights from going straight into the villagers. We have defensive knights, and the monastery is going to start pumping monks. And Sebastian's got a lot of faith over here. The CQ is like 6 monks. First one comes out, and now he's trying to get a conversion. He's unable to get it. Now he's got to be careful not to get too close to the water. Interestingly enough, it is going to be Sebastian who will get burned if he gets too close to the water, actually, but he is being mindful of it. Now, good amount of archers still forward. Should have enough range, if I'm not mistaken, to push the villagers away from the goal, mind you. Just not doing it yet. Yeah, it's just making sure that Vinchester is unable to collect from the other gold first. That seems weird though. You might want to push your opponent away from the resource they are already taken, as opposed to preemptively trying to prevent them from switching over to a safer one, right? But he does have a second group of crossbows down the south, taking some villagers down from the woodlands. Sebastian's looking good, guys. Here we go. Beautiful. Interestingly enough, Vinchester has been able to retain his villager lead, but he does have a second TC, while Sebastian is only now going for the second TC. As a matter of fact, Vinchester's had the second TC for quite a while. So the fact that he is only 2 workers ahead right now is maybe not that impressive after all. You take a look at the Eco KD, and of course it makes sense. Sebastian does have a much higher kill count over here for villagers compared to Vinchester. Gonna try and come in once again. And I'm still surprised at the fact that he's not pushing the villagers away from this gold. There's a 30C over there for Vinchester right now, and Sebastian is going for the 30C as well. This is a somewhat, you know, dangerous position for Sebastian, actually. And I'll tell you why. KD is much better for him, yes. But this is a situation where Vinchester has already managed to catch up in worker count. This is a situation where Vinchester... Let's take a look at this. Nice snipes from Vinchester. The monks are going down right away. Sebastian does have the meat shield he needs. The archers to work out of. But yeah, what I was saying is Vinchester has really been able to catch up in worker count for quite a while. He started to pull ahead, right? So Sebastian is making a transition to eco over here. And is going to try and prioritize villager production over military production. Then the military lead that he's got right now is not going to be enough for him to seal the deal. Given the fact that Vinchester already caught up in worker count, from this point onwards, like taking a look at the current resources from this point onwards, Vinchester is going to collect more resources compared to Sebastian. The only thing that Uruguayan has in terms of an advantage against Vinchester is the fact that he's already been collecting for a while, so he's got a good amount of gold banked up over here. That means if he goes for... if he makes use of the market, right, he is most likely going to be the first player to click out to the Imperial Age. But if he's unable to take advantage of it before Vinchester gets to the Imperial Age himself, before he makes a transition, Vinchester might very well be in a position to start actually putting pressure against Sebastian. And we have seen this time and time again, the underdog getting the lead early on in the game, but struggling to seal the deal or struggling to extend their lead, right? And then in the end, the top dog catching up and eventually offsetting for that lead. Something that we have been witnesses of many a time before. So Sebastian needs to make use of the market. He's going for one right now. He's got one market already up, as a matter of fact, so he doesn't need to go for yet another one. And to be honest, he could probably just make use of the market and go up to the Imperial Age right away, and then go for either Arbalesters, Cavalier, whatever he wants, right? And Vinchester? Well, Vinchester is organically going to get enough resources to click up to the Imperial Age eventually. Right now, he's got a little bit of a situation with economy himself that he needs to sort out. It's too much wood. There we are. By the way, Rosa, I don't know if you had seen the news before resubscribing, but it is possible. Twitch makes it possible for people to get a refund for subscriptions for like 24 to 48 hours. I'm not really sure actually what the time is, but yeah, just keep that in mind in case anybody accidentally resubscribes without checking the news first. Let me actually update this as well. Nice defense. Okay, there we go. Just to make sure that anybody who uses the !mark news command realizes that it's not that I'm going to stop streaming, right? I'm probably going to make a YouTube video about it as well, for anybody who is not around Discord or who might not be following me on Twitter or Facebook, where I'm going to post the announcement as well. I don't see why you will give up, partner, unless you have to. Oh, there are many reasons. We can talk about it after the game, but right now, that is the big engagement taking place, though. That is a bunch of monks. Sebastian's numbers here. Yeah, overall. Overshadow Vinchester's. So he's committing to the engagement. Now this is maybe not the best occasion for him to take the fight, but he does have forging, with Vinchester does not have, and even at the TC's garrison, it's only going to be 3 villagers, so Vinchester was trying to get whatever he could get done using the TC, but it's not gonna be enough. And Sebastian, against all odds, will take game number 1 from Vinchester to get a lead in the series over here. And yeah, let's go through the achievements before hopping back out. For military then, we have a better KD for Sebastian by a lot. It's very close to 2-1. We'll see for economy. Stronger economy for Sebastian is maybe not quite as high as you would have expected it to be, but yeah, he was the one with the highest villager count at the end of the worker count at the very end of the game, after that big engagement, of course. But before that, Vinchester had been slowly but surely catching up, and this is what I was talking about, right? Sebastian didn't do something to seal the deal. He risked allowing Vinchester, giving enough time for the Russian players to catch back up. So there we are. All right, let's go back. Game number 2 is on, and it's gonna take place on... Oh man, what was the name of this map actually? Let me take a look real quick. This is Outcrop. This is taking place on Outcrop. For Civilization, Sebastian is playing with Mayans. Vinchester is playing with Byzantines. In theory, the new overlay can replace the dashboard view entirely. Right. Yes. The only reason I had the dashboard up over there is because I forgot to switch over to the draft. But that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Yes. The thing that I liked about the previous dashboard is that it was compact, so that I could just show the lobby information alongside the draft information. Because now the new dashboard, it contains a lot of information. It's like having the set view, right, on the dashboard, but then you have to make a choice. Do you want to display that? Or at the very least for my stream, it's not really currently set up to display everything, right? But I'm pretty sure I can make a few adjustments and then have both the draft and the series information up as well. Yeah, I think we can do that. No problem. I think it's very good, by the way. I like it so far. We'll take a look at it more once we are done with game number 2, of course, and we go back to the lobby view. But right now, villagers here for Sebastian, for Vinchester. Sebastian is on the way still, sorry. Sebastian only gets now up. Let's get just the barracks, though. Alright, there we go, archer range. He has to. He's playing with Mayans. Doesn't really have too many options. John, Scout takes the eagle down now. Vinchester. He's got 3 scouts total. The OG one. 2 additional ones. He'll start putting some pressure for him. Sebastian's going for the walls pretty heavily though. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 villagers, 5, 6 villagers. Getting the walls up. And he manages to. If it weren't because of the Mayans and their discount, this would have been a little bit pricier as well, especially given the fact that he was, you know, using so many villagers to get the walls up. Are you ever going to try to pronounce the first part of the handle? The first part? Is that Bashan the warrior? Or am I saying it incorrectly? I know, I've just been calling you B out of fear that I'm going to screw up pronouncing your name correctly. Do let me know, however, that is incorrect. I'll add the news command to the title. If that's good. It should be already up, isn't it? What do you see for the title? Let me also update it so that we are reflecting Sebastian and Vinchester's set. I forgot to update it for the set information. It should be updated right now. News was at the end, but you might want to move it a little bit closer to the beginning because otherwise people might miss it. I wouldn't want anybody to accidentally resubscribe without checking it first. No problem. If you think it's gonna be better to have it a little bit earlier, feel free to change the title. Alright, alright. Skirmishers from Vinchester. Not too much for Sebastian to do over here, to be fair though. Spearmen won't be taking any villages down. Yeah. Yeah. Agreed by you though. Overall, Sebastian has managed to defend himself well. He hasn't been able to get any damage done for himself. But he's managed to keep up, not only keep up with Vinchester, actually get ahead. You take a look and Vinchester is getting a little bit too much idle TC time. He's not gone for wheelbarrow or anything, and Sebastian is ahead by about 2 workers over here, while still clicking up to the castle age earlier. So one villager, of course, is just by virtue of the Mayans beginning with 1 extra villager, but the other one's gonna be because of Vinchester's idle TC time. Wonder if it cancels the subscription automatically. I don't know, like this doesn't really happen every day, that's it. That somebody gives out their Twitch partnership or affiliate status. So I'm actually not really sure. I tried Googling for it, but I was not really able to find an answer. Like all the results that I got were from pages regarding like the partnership FAQ from Twitch, partnership information summary, that kind of stuff, but I didn't really manage to find what happens to subscriptions once the person you're subscribed to stops being a partner.
Shot it.
Sebastian is preparing the push now. He's bringing all the archers forth. He's got villages already on the way, so there's gonna be a TC coming up for him. Well, he doesn't have a stone, mind you. He sold it. So it's going to be a siege workshop instead. Wow. And wait a moment. Vinchester's... Oh, Lord. Going to lose so many villages over here. The very least 2 go down, yes. That could have been a lot worse had he not realized about this on time. Sebastian's going for the 4 siege workshop. And Vinchester could have lost so much more over there, to be fair. Only now I kind of realize I probably should have used the blue color for Sebastian and the red color for Vinchester. I'm only changing Vinchester's color over here because he was purple. But yeah, maybe it would have made sense the other way around because Sebastian having only blue in his flag, right? Anyway, Vinchester's defense is good. Unit control is good as well. A good amount of skirmishers every time that he's attacked Sebastian's army. He's been able to get 1 archer down at the very least. Well done. Up in the north. Yeah, we have a town center coming up. There we go. That's good. This is the kind of pressure that I want to see from Sebastian against Vinchester. He cannot be playing passively. He cannot be playing standard over here, meta. Vinchester is definitely the favorite when it comes down to that. So Sebastian putting pressure is exactly what I would have liked to see from him. And now, let's get a single Magnum, mind you. So now the highest pressure, and because of defensive siege workshop from Vinchester, Sebastian's going to bail. He's got the second TC on the way already on the left-hand side, and Vinchester already got the TC up in the north. It'd be wise from Sebastian to send one unit at the very least up north. And see if Vinchester is over there. Right now, he's just trying to camp on the ridge of the outcrop. And he's gotta be careful, he's not paying attention too much. So, the Magno goes down. Vinchester's unit control has been good so far. His defense has been fantastic, and Sebastian's getting wheelbarrow finally, right? So that's gonna allow him to keep up with the economy, despite the fact that Vinchester is a little bit ahead. Hey guys, by the way, I don't know if you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, but today I actually uploaded a couple interesting series. As a matter of fact, 12 GMT and I think 20 GMT. The series are going up, so the first one is already up, and it's actually from my archives. I do have a bunch of stuff from back in the day that I'm gonna be calling from the trove every time that I upload to YouTube, that I think is definitely worth sharing, even if it's kind of old stuff. And today's upload was about the Queens Clash, actually, which I tried looking for on YouTube before and it was not there. So now it's going to be also available to watch on YouTube too. Sun Queen Tournament, yeah. From back in 2021, the second edition, Queen's Clash 2 is going to begin actually next month, so I thought it was a good opportunity to share the first iteration with you as well. Yes, you're right. You guys are keeping up. Hey, Grady. Man, Sebastian's push over here is not really achieving much. 30C just came up for him. Tim is going ham on farms. Yeah, he's just gonna try to play for economy. Well, this is something, once again, that I am not too confident about for Sebastian. It feels to me like he doesn't want to play for economy over here. He is better off playing for aggression, right? And by the way, I think that's one villager that's gone down, right? There is a little bit of red blood. Oh, Sim is not working properly. 1 second. But yeah, I believe there's a little bit of red blood there. And of course, blood's going to be red. I mean, I think there is a red villager dead. Still, though, Vinchester is still taking more worker losses than he's been able to get kills as Sebastian. Also curious for anybody watching on Twitch right now, but also for anybody watching this series on YouTube, are you guys looking forward to the multi-platform streams? I would imagine maybe some of the viewers from YouTube who do not go on Twitch very frequently are going to appreciate it. We'll see how it goes, but it's going to be nice. Eventually it's going to be 5 platforms. With Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube being the first 3 that I'm going to be streaming on start of March, and then eventually add an Instagram and TikTok to the mix as well. Once I meet the criteria to begin live streaming on those platforms anyway. The pressure from Sebastian, he's taking the Magnol Jones, gotta be careful. Oh, that was a good shot at the very least. So he went down with a bang, but now it's going to be 1 Magnol left for each player in Vinchester. Vinchester's done a great job staying ahead. And he's got enough resources in the buildings to click off, so Vinchester is off to the Imperial Age. Sebastian, not so much, and this is what I was talking about. I was not too sure about Sebastian playing for economy, and Vinchester, well, it's gonna be the first one to go up. Hey, Palomo! Be sure to check the news in case you haven't already. I don't know if you will want to refund that subscription or not. I do appreciate the support, however, of course. And if you prefer to refund it, it's all cool as well. I don't really mind. There's a castle on the way for Vinchester. Yeah, now, well, how is Sebastian ever going to push Vinchester down? The castle coming up is going to secure this gold. Majority of the economy from Vinchester, at the very least the additional economy, is up in the north, where Sebastian's got no presence whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it seems like it's going to be Vinchester now that wants to start putting some pressure against Sebastian from up north. And I guess the red player is going to be kind of forced into pushing from the south only, right? It's the only area where the TC is going to be somewhat exposed. But then there's a siege workshop over here as well, so yeah, even pushing from the south is gonna prove tricky for Sebastian. Yeah, I'll get it. I'm pretty sure I'll still get the money. What I am anticipating Twitch to do is probably keep the subscription benefits. And by the way, those are great shots. Bunch of crosses going down. The mantle does in the end crumble from Vinchester, but not without paying up first. That was about 10 archers going down from Sebastian. But yeah, I would anticipate maybe you to keep your emotes, right? And add free watching for the rest of the month, hopefully. But yeah, I just want everybody to be cautious, right? I don't know what the procedure is for Twitch in these situations. Castle's coming up 4 from Vinchester very soon. There we go. Beautiful. Castle's coming up from Sebastian, so Vinchester won't have free access to the TC, that's for sure. Down south, Vinchester gets completely flattened though, trying to fight the mountains up. Yes, sir. Sebastian's gotta be careful still. Vinchester still has extra skirmishers coming over, is paying attention to his mangonel as well. Good job! He's taking bold mangonels down. Keeping those skirmishers up. Yeah, and up in the north, the trebuchet is already on the way for Vinchester now. Sebastian got the castle up a little bit earlier, so he's had a head start in trebuchet production. Mind you, however, it's not been a massive head start. Vinchester already gets the trebuchet out at the time Sebastian finishes attacking the trebuchet himself. The one thing that I am not the biggest fan for Sebastian though is the fact that he's got a single castle here. So Vinchester, of course, which castles he's going for? Extra trebuchets from the second one, he's bringing those forward. And now he has Sebastian beat for treb count over here. The red player is not even going for a second trebuchet. So most likely than not, the castle from Sebastian is going down, and that's a fact. And Vinchester's got enough villagers over here to easily repair this castle against a single trebuchet, especially considering the extra HP the Byzantine buildings get. And now Sebastian's going for a forward castle. He's got the arbalisters. He's got Capram coming in, siege tram upgrade on the way as well for Sebastian. There we go. Beautiful. C-Tram is here already. The Arbalesters will take care of these villagers. Sebastian's push is looking a little bit stronger over here. There is a counter-strike coming out from Vinchester, but it's not looking anywhere near as strong. Only 3 units over here about to get cleaned up. Sebastian is looking... He's looking great, guys! Showing a lot of promise over here. The bombard cannons from Vinchester will allow him to hold on. But Sebastian is just going to try and find a different angle to push from. And he's got the Trebuchet out, he's got the C-Trams. Thank you, Emperor. Appreciate it. And hi, I will heal you as well. Welcome back. You guys are enjoying so far. Sebastian momentum over here. It's looking absolutely fantastic. Now we see Hulcha on the way for Sebastian as well. Hulcha Javelineers will make skirmishers significantly stronger for Sebastian, so he could, on paper, significantly overpower Vinchester's units, especially considering the fact that Vinchester is going to be paying less for each skirmisher he goes for. The extra stats for Sebastian's skirmishers will be quite handy, of course, otherwise it wouldn't be particularly good, right? Yeah, and Sebastian's starting to make a heavy transition to elite skirmishers right now. It's got so many queued up. Up in the north, the trebuchet from Vinchester will now taking the TC down, might not matter. Sebastian already has gotten past 120 or so villagers, so he doesn't need any more villager production. And in terms of protection, he's getting a castle up to provide additional protection besides this TC, right? Well, that TC won't really be able to shelter any villagers, so this might still prove a little bit too little for Sebastian to protect his entire economy, but that would only be an issue if Vinchester had something to push with. Right now, it's Sebastian the one putting pressure for the most part. Vinchester has been focusing on defending himself as well. If he had all these units forward, then that might definitely be a rough thing for Sebastian, right? He's got just the one castle to garrison units in, but right now, he's the one putting pressure, so Vinchester needs to clean Sebastian up first before he is in a position to start putting pressure for himself. There you are. Love it. Vinchester's got a good amount of cataphracts. These are elite cataphracts already. He's got iron casting coming in. He's got right now logistic on the way as well. That's going to give these cataphracts trample damage. Still about 10 seconds away from it, and we still have whole Javelineers for Sebastian, so these skirmishers are actually a lot stronger than they look. They will still not getting cleaned out though, but they are getting a good amount of the cataphracts down. They eventually do end up getting cleaned up though. And now this is about to get a lot scarier for Sebastian. Vinchester has taken the castle down for Sebastian Ford. He's got 2 bombard cannons and a trebuchet, 2 trebuchets even, to move forward with. Take the castle down. Sebastian is trying to get in front of his base and start knocking on Sebastian's door. And once again, if he gets past this castle, right, Sebastian's gonna have only one, well, low HP TC that he cannot really garrison anything into, in one castle to defend an economy of how many villagers? He's got an economy of 71 villagers over there. I can tell you, the numbers do not add up in Vinchester. Vinchester is gonna get a boon over there. He's trying to raid down the south though, first. And that's fine too, but over here we do have a few extra defenses for Sebastian. Maybe not like this though, maybe not like this. That is a lot of villages exposed. The cataphracts will take these down. No problem, yes sir. And the castle does come up, of course, but that is a bunch of villagers going down. Already, and Sebastian struggles big time. Yeah, and there we go. Once again, you can only garrison so many villages inside your fortifications. Now, Sebastian is not even making full use of the castle, so all of these villagers left outside will eventually crumble to the units from Vinchester. Extra cataphracts on the way for the blue players will. Sebastian is going to be calling the GG right away. Well, this is what I was expecting to see, given how the game was going before the players made the transition to the Imperial Age. The fact that Sebastian was playing for economy, or maybe he was not playing for economy, maybe he was trying to put pressure, and we saw him go for a 4C workshop and whatnot. But yeah, the fact that he wasn't able to get any damage done, any significant damage done early on, means that Vinchester was able to come back. So for military, we'll see for Vinchester a better KD overall, very close to 3-2. For economy, we have a stronger economy for Vinchester as well by a lot. And then for society, well, we had a villager max count over here, showing a much higher worker max count for Vinchester compared to Sebastian, but also he was the player to take the fewest losses, with only 19 villages going down compared to Sebastian's 36 losses, if I'm not mistaken. And there we go. So for the next one, this is a tied up series. This will be the tiebreaker. Sebastian is playing with the Japanese, Vinchester is playing with Bulgarians. The map in question is Moraz. So Bulgarians versus Japanese on Moraz. We're gonna try to catch up over here. I think we're behind by a couple minutes still. It's expected to be full screen width. Right. Starting super close. Yes, that is absolutely correct. The players are about 2 screens away, vertical screens away, probably 1.5 horizontal screens away. But they are so close. They are so close, and it seems to me like at the very least one of these guys is aware, right? Oops. Well, Sebastian seems to know. Vinchester rather seems to know. Sorry, Sebastian is not aware of it yet. Bulgarian is a weird pick. I feel like Japanese do fast start better and have a better economy. So it seems like Sebastian is about to validate your statement over there. He's going out to the fuel H already. And now Sebastian knows where Vinchester is. Both players are aware of each other's existence. Nearby. Oh, Sebastian had dropped, he says. Well, good thing that he had already clicked up, right? Otherwise, that would have been really bad. And I am pretty sure the free Manatarn's upgrade is going to be instrumental to Vinchester's strat over here. Sebastian, on the other hand, he does have militias coming out. He's sending those around the right-hand side. That's going to be a trip and a half for the units, and he'll have to pay for men-at-arms. And I'm curious if he's gonna... Wow, he's going for men-at-arms right away. That is very interesting, because you would expect him to wait to see if he was going to have access to the villages before going for the men-at-arms upgrade, but then there is also a risk, right, that he runs straight into the men-at-arms and he doesn't have the upgrade at hand, so he goes for it preemptively, and at the very least now he's going to have matching power to fight Vinchester's own men-at-arms. Of course, Vinchester does have 5th men-at-arms over here. Meanwhile, Sebastian, on the other hand, does have the faster attacking units. But if he doesn't get a good engagement over here, he can very easily end up getting cleaned up as well without getting too much damage done in the first place. So far, the 3 men-at-arms have not really gotten much of anything done. Sebastian's faster. Attacking Minotaurs haven't really gotten anything done yet. Vinchester, he's getting farther and farther away from his base. Sebastian, now he's getting a defense tower up, and this is looking better for the Japanese. And we see the engagement coming up over there. And this should be going in favor of the Japanese for sure. At the very least, with a tower over there, that should be the case. Yeah, Vinchester is actually getting a lot of damage down, but he will get pushed away from here, and Sebastian does come out on top. Tower is coming up for Vinchester 4 right now. What an interesting game. The quick Quals coming up just in time. So now Sebastian doesn't seem like he'll be able to do anything about that tower except going for a defensive tower, but he already had spent the resources to get this one up, so this tower's coming up for Vinchester no matter what. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Sebastian can still collect the resources from the south of the mail. But of course, eventually, if he wants to continue fishing around the center wood, he's gonna have to take care of this tower. Either that, or maybe go around it and just ignore it and start collecting from here, for instance, but that seems like it's too risky. He would be getting so far away from his base, it'd be very hard for him to defend himself. One second, sorry. So the game has stabilized. Vinchester has gone for additional Minotaurs. He's got 2 left down south. Sebastian, he's got some Minotaurs himself as well. Where are these though? Yeah, he sent the remaining Minotaurs forward alongside some archers, right? Should be able to take this one down. Does not seem to be paying too much attention, because it was trying to get the quick walls up. Manages to do it just in time. And yeah, there we go. Now Sebastian push over here is looking potentially stronger and potentially being the keyword over here. He's not done any damage with this. Neither player has. Well, Vinchester was able to get the tower up over here. The KD is dead even for both these guys. Sebastian's army composition seems to be a lot better though. It's only a matter of taking advantage of it, so he's going around. Vinchester. Yeah, Vinchester's got 2 Minotaurs left still over here. Well, that won't do much of anything for him anymore. Even if he was able to find completely exposed villagers, a couple of vills will take 2 Minotaurs down easily. There we go, the Minotaurs are going down, yes sir. Yeah, check this out. Both go down at the same time, but here comes Sebastian. This is what I was anticipating to see. With Fletch and already, these archers are strong. We have some scouts for Vinchester, double stable as a matter of fact. Now Sebastian is aware of it, so he should be going for some spearmen back home, but this is still a very strong push, of course. The Minotaurs from the Japanese are no spears still, but are much stronger compared to standard Minotaurs against scouts. So long as they provide the meat shield, the archers will be able to work out that one. So let's take a look if he can't do anything over here. The scouts are too numerous, so they will clean out the Minotaurs. And the archers finding a little nook over here in the forest to, yeah, shelter themselves in. Well, they're taking the scouts down. Wow, Sebastian's trade over here is so good. Those 6 scouts going down. Yes, sir. At the very least, I think that might actually have been more like 7. In total, it was 8 units because it was 5 to 5 before, right? But I think... No, I think it was actually 7, right? Because there were 2 Minotaurs that went down over here. 6, actually. 6 scouts. That was really good for Sebastian. He's halfway up to the castle age already, and Vinchester, on the other hand, He's collecting a good amount of stone. Might have started a little bit too early, unless he was hoping to go for a full trash. This is a little bit missed time because he's waiting quite a while to get to the castle age. I won't be able to go for creep host until he gets there. Meanwhile, Sebastian on the other hand is very soon gonna have enough resources to go for a castle, but he will be in the castle age already. This could be absolutely nasty for Sebastian. Good luck with the stream. Gonna go play some AA myself. Yeah, no problem. Enjoy. Have fun. Of course, the series that I do provide coverage for today will be available as VODs afterwards. Both on Twitch and eventually on YouTube. There we go. Castle's coming up for Sebastian. We were expecting this to be the case. I thought he was going to try and get the castle up on the left-hand side instead. And try to put some pressure over here. The location of the castle he's chosen to go for doesn't really seem to make too much sense to me. He will clean out the tower, but a full castle to take down one tower? Honestly, he could have taken the tower down with villagers alone. And yeah, I understand that he wants to go for food over here, but it feels like an overreaction to me. And I think it was mostly just to regain access to the extra food. I think that's the whole purpose of this castle location, and I mean, he's going to achieve that. Is that the best way to go about this? Maybe not. On the other hand, maybe he was anticipating Vinchester to go for Crepos, sorry. And that means that getting a castle up is going to, at the very least, prevent Vinchester from putting pressure with Crepos from the right-hand side, so that he would be able to still collect all these extra resources. But now he's going to leave the left-hand side open in Vinchester. Vinchester could go for a Crepos on the left-hand side. He was trying to go for one up in the north to prevent Sebastian from pushing from there. Very soon he's going to have enough stone to go for yet another one, and I think one down the south is going to be probably the best location for Vinchester to go for. Man, Sebastian's in control over there though. Well done. He's stepping on the Crepos. And he's delayed it by so much. Now he's got a castle on the way himself. A bunch of villagers over here. This should be favoring Vinchester still, mind you. For sure. Crepos, simply put, it's coming up so much faster compared to the castle. Got it. There we go, and the castle's coming up, of course. Just going to come in at a prize. As many of the villagers do go down, but in the end, he's able to get this one up. Looks as if there is a truce on the left-hand side. Castle eats Crepos. Yeah. That should be the case. And then on the left-hand side, nothing happens at all. Vinchester's got a TC up. So Sebastian's sticking to 1 TC. He has managed to pull ahead by about 7 villagers up until this point. Vinchester just got a lot of extra idle TC time. And up in the north, the Samurai tried to bring the TC from coming up. We're not able to do so, however. And welcome back, Whistler, by the way. Hope everything's going alright for you. TC on the way for Vinchester. Well, if he's gonna try and start playing for economy right now, that will yield some risks in and of itself. Sebastian, he's been going for some military, doesn't really have like a terrible amount of army right now. But if he's able to take the Crepos down over here, that's going to leave Vinchester's base open to raids, right? So from that point onwards, especially with 2 castles over here, Sebastian could try to make a play for Samurai. The Crepos is going down right away, yes sir. Sebastian is gonna try and take the TC next, of course. We know that Vinchester does have another Crepos over there. And honestly, I would probably prefer for Sebastian to just ignore this. The moment he realizes about the Crepos, yeah, just let Vinchester be up here in the north. He's got way too much protection for a fairly small amount of villagers. It doesn't feel like it's gonna be worth pushing that. Just go over the left-hand side and try to strike Vinchester's starting base, right? Seems like he's gonna... yeah, he's gonna go for that right away. So the Rams are moving over the left-hand side. We have the Samurai coming up. This is what I was talking about. So long as he was able to take the Crepos down, that was going to open this up to aggression. He's starting to go for the Samurai. He's got monks over here as well in case Vinchester is ever able to mass a good amount of knights. And Vinchester has gone for a few. Doesn't really have too many. He's going for scouts right now. He is aware of the monks already. Definitely would like to see the red player to send a couple villagers forward and go either for a siege workshop or another castle. Like, he's got enough stone to go for yet another castle, right? So going for another one over here closer to Vinchester's base, or alternatively go for one over here on the left hand side. There we go! Finally Sebastian is going to get a fortification up on the left hand side, but this is a knee-jerk reaction to Vinchester's own Crepos, mind you. So maybe not something that Sebastian would have gone for by himself. Hard to tell at this point, of course, but it seems like the truce on the left-hand side is going to be broken. And actually, you know what? The castle's coming up earlier for Sebastian, so Vinchester might actually not be able to get the Crepos up at all. And this is so good for the Uruguayan guys. The series right now is tied up 1-1, but here comes Sebastian with a force, 20 military units. Might have ended up losing the monks over there, but he's got a good amount of samurai still up. He's got the Rams over here as well. He's gotta take care. There's a defensive Crepos over here for Vinchester, which is why I wanted to see Sebastian go for a forward siege workshop over here up in the north. Potentially a castle, so that he would be able to counter this defense mechanism from Vinchester, but so far it's not been the case on Sebastian. Sebastian will have to wait before he can continue his push. Extra sails on the way, Vinchester. Try to make a play for cavalry over here. Sebastian would be the wiser to go for a few pikemen over here. Not too expensive, very cheap units. The upgrade's not too pricey either. And they do attack 33% faster, right? So that's very nice. It's not good for Vinchester though. He's not realizing about this. Oh god. Yeah, this is not good at all. If Sebastian already had Blocking Arrow, he probably would have been able to clean all of this up. There we go. We're gonna see finally some pressure coming up from the left. That's what I've been hoping to see for the longest time, and now Sebastian is finally gonna start doing it. So here come the samurai. Vinchester's now getting pushed on the left-hand side. And up in the north as well. And you know, because of Sebastian's defenses, with a castle on the left-hand side, the 2 castles on the right-hand side, he doesn't need the units. He can just go forward and do exactly this, right? Just go around the Crepos, bring the Rams over, take the TC down, reap the benefits. Left-hand side, Samurai is still going to dominate though. They are no pikemen, but they are still so strong, even against knights. Sebastian is looking good. He's got some momentum over here. He does need to take advantage of it, though. Vinchester, still on a stronger work account, has taken the most eco losses, mind you. But still very much in this game, so Sebastian needs to keep on pressuring up. Given the amount of gold he's got, might actually not be unrealistic to expect Sebastian to click up to the Imperial Age sometime soon. Triple scrambles. Left hand side. DC stays up as the Samurai are targeted by cavalry archers. Cavalry archers not being microed by Vinchester. So cavalry archers ultimately going down. And there's a counter strike coming up from Vinch. The Knights, the light cavalry, he was unable to make use to defend himself with ease. So he's trying to go for the counter strike. Yeah, but Sebastian's still looking very strong. If he can mass a good amount of units over here, he's going for 2 rounds, right? If he can mass maybe like 6, 7 samurai on the left hand side, he should be able to go for it and take the TC down easily. Potentially take this TC down next. And then on the right hand side, he already has a good amount of units, so he could go for a split push over here and try and pinch Vinchester. Sebastian is instead prioritizing going out to the Imperial Age. It's not a bad decision in my opinion. It's what we were just mentioning a moment ago. Given the amount of resources he had used in the market, should have allowed him to go out to the Imperial Age without sacrificing too much in the process, and he's doing it. I still think he's got enough units on the right hand side that if he goes for a few extra samurai on the left hand side, he should be able to completely suppress Vinchester right away. But now by going out to the Imperial Age, his military production dwindles a little bit in Vinchester. Vinchester's managed to get a good amount of cavalry archers up. He's got knights. What an interesting set to see so far. Yeah, Sebastian's probably handing over too many units over here to Vinchester. What was like 9 samurai or so going down to the Crepos and the TCs? Not ideal. Not ideal at all. There you are. Fantastic. His knives over there from Vinchester. And Imperial Age is here for Sebastian. So what is the plan next? Is he only player with a castle so he can go for trebuchets? Yes. He's under a lot of pressure right now, and Vinchester has got him plenty of time to go around and get the knives going over here. What is going on with Sebastian? We know that he's here. His APM is high as ever. He wasn't really paying too much attention now that Trebuchet is on the way from the left hand side. More samurai and rounds over here. 76 villagers though compared to 135. So much lower compared to Vinchester. Beautiful. Church is finally out. He's gonna take the Crepos down. Oh man, this feels like too slow though. in Sebastian's position, you probably would have wanted the player to go for like 3 trebuchets at once as soon as he got up to the Imperial Age, so that he would be able to start pushing on the left hand side with 1 and then on the right hand side with 2, right? If he was able to take the Crepos down, the TCs down as well, Vinchester's economy would have been completely exposed on the right hand side over here. How many villagers do we have for the bull player? Let's get 53 villagers on the right hand side, potentially exposed if you can't take the fortifications down, but it's going to take a while. He's not going for any extra trebuchets, Sebastian that is. He's only pushing from the left hand side. Now let's take a look. The conversions are coming out. The monks will go down. Only a single conversion connects over there. And interestingly enough, Sebastian brings the samurai over. Yeah, and the arbalesters were kind of too far away over there for a little bit. He realizes, bring the units back, and Vinchester's going to bail. But now finally, Sebastian started to pick up some steam once again. Vinchester on the right hand side continued going for the same fish. He's lost so many villagers to the box turtles, actually. He lost so many villagers too earlier. He's going to continue doing so. Now this is looking a lot better. Take a look at that. All the villagers go out. Defense is not looking the best for Vinchester. Now it's going to be the human element Vinchester is going to be banking on in order to defend himself against Sebastian's push. With the cavalry archers against arbalesters, of course, but these are not heavy cavalry archers yet. And we are talking about the Bulgarians over here who do not get access to ring archer armor. They do not get access to fully equipped cavalry archers. So long as Sebastian is paying attention, he should be able to, at the very least, keep these cavalry archers at bay. Yeah, after all, Sebastian's going for chemistry right now. He's got bracer already. Vinchester also going for chemistry. There we go. Beautiful. Push continues as the Uruguayan moves over to target the next TC. The Trebuchet is going to unpack. He's finally going for extra traps, by the way. He's got 2 more on the way. I imagine those are from the right hand side. He needs something to defend this with, though, over here. He's got just a castle. But I still like to see this, though. At the very least, he'll be able to slowly but surely take the fortifications down. Well, on the left-hand side, he's got not only the Trebuchet and the Rams, but also the units to defend the siege with. So here come the cavalry archers from Vinchester. He's got Parthen tactics on the way. These are still standard CA, no HCA. We had skirmisher upgrade coming in for Vinchester right now, so that's gonna be skirmishers against the arbalesters. But is that gonna be strong enough, though? That's the question. Here we go. That disease going down for sure. Crepos most likely not following suit right after. There we go. The engagement is taking place. Finally, the cavalry archers are getting completely obliterated, though. It's not even close. Well, we have some skirmishers, and even the heal advantage of the Sebastian numbers will simply trump the stats. So TC's going down. The skirmishers, the scouts, everything's falling apart for Vinchester on the left-hand side. Meanwhile, on the right, Sebastian's got 2 trebuchets. He was able to take the TC down. And now Vinchester is gonna try to get some pressure going with trebuchets himself. It's gonna take a lot longer. He does have 3 trebuchets, mind you, compared to only the one that Sebastian used to push on the left-hand side, right? But this gas is going down pretty quickly to the 3 trebuchets. And then Vinchester is gonna move on to the next one. It's still going to take a while before he gets access to Sebastian's economy. You can see that the red player is kind of giving up on the castle and just going for stone walls, which I do like to see quite a lot. A little bit of a misplay over here from Sebastian. We'll see if he realizes about this. Probably not. Left hand side. Fantastic momentum for the Uruguayan though. He's gotta pay attention. The crossbows, or arbalesters rather, getting a little bit too close to the sun, so to say. Towers start directing around Vinchester's space from Sebastian as well. Let's take a look at the right hand side. And what is that? Trebuchet? Oh, there we go. It's going down. Yeah, that's a little bit of a misplay. 400 resources now to drain for Sebastian. But on the left-hand side, his push is looking great, guys. He's got 2 trebuchets now, finally, to push with. So this is a lot stronger push compared to not that long ago. But a skirmish is on the way for Sebastian as well to face Vinchester's. Still the military count so much higher for Sebastian. The worker count though is so much higher for Vinchester. It's going to make up for that in population overall. Vinchester's the only guy at 200 population right now, but take a look at that. That's gonna be 6 trebuchets from the Uruguayan. Take the castle down, no problem. Release the traps. Yeah, good luck repairing against 6 freaking trebuchets. I'm actually not really sure how many trebuchets can you repair against if you completely surround the castle with villagers. I would imagine probably somewhere around 6. Sounds about right. But of course, that would be extremely expensive. Not only in terms of resources spent trying to get the repairs going, but also the amount of villagers you need, right, to keep spending resources as opposed to getting resources in. Yeah, and there we go. Trebuchet going down from Vinchester. Should be the case anyway, but Sebastian is taking a few losses himself as well. 2 trebuchets have gone down already. We have 3 left over here, so 3 trebuchets total have gone down for Sebastian. Should be able to come out on top over here. My lord. Vinchester is walking away with murder here. How is he ever getting another trebuchet out? Sebastian already has ballistics, but he wasn't able to actually hit the Hussar now. Vinchester is starting to get some momentum on the right hand side. He will need some units to get the damage down though, because just breaking through the defense is not enough. He needs to come forward with the units and the quick walls just in time from Sebastian at the very last second. Will allow the red player to take the trebuchets down with villagers to keep his economy alive for the most part though. There's a hole over here though. There's a hole in all the Hussar coming in right now. Yes, sir. Vinchester is realizing about this. About the same time as Sebastian realizes, things are starting to loosen up around the edges or so. Yeah, and if Vinchester is able to keep the flood coming from the right hand side, this might actually be a little bit too strong for Sebastian to fight against. Just got on the help of the upgrade. That's going to certainly help against cavalry units. That's going to help against Cavalier. That's going to get to help against Hussar. Thing that Vinchester still has going for him, besides a massive population lead over here at this point already, is the mobility of the units. If he plays his cards right, should be able to steer clear of any halberdier and just raid around Sebastian's base, right? After all, the red player for the most part has got only TCs to defend himself with. There's only 1 castle on the left hand side, and that is certainly not going to be enough for him to protect the entire economy, so Vinchester is looking very, very commanding right now to take the lead in the series once again, and Sebastian Well, Sebastian started with a force in the series and in game number 3, so I wouldn't rule out a full set over here, but Vinchester seems to have this one pretty much in the bag. The dream is over. 116 population in the dream, and yeah, honestly, I don't think Sebastian's gonna be able to come back from this point, but we know that he's got it in him to take games from Vinchester. He's already done it. And he has put himself in a position in game number 3 where I think if things had gone a little bit differently, he would have been able to take game number 3, mainly going for the push on the left-hand side significantly earlier than he did, especially, you know, when we saw the 2 castles come up on the right-hand side. Probably would have been better for him to go for the cast, for the first cast on the right-hand side so that he cleans out the tower. That is maybe a little bit of an overreaction in my opinion, but the second castle coming up on the right-hand side, I'm not really sure I agree with that too much. But yeah, Sebastian was looking good at times during game number 3, and it's definitely possible. It's definitely a possibility for Sebastian to take game number 4 and force a full series. So let's take a look at the achievements. We'll see for military then. A better KD for Vinchester, approaching 3-2. For economy, we have a stronger economy for Vinchester as well. It's gonna have a much stronger amount of resources collected, much higher amount of resources collected total throughout the game. 12,837 extra resources for the blue player, while for worker count, the max count, significantly higher for Vinchester, and he was the one to take the fewest losses as well. Now, it was quite massive for both these guys. 73 villages went down throughout the game for Vinchester. For Sebastian, on the other hand, we saw actually 103 villages going down throughout the game, so significantly higher compared to Vinchester. But yeah, what a roller coaster of a game. Vinchester 2, Sebastian 1. Welcome you guys into game number 4. Match point already. It was always going to be the case in a best of 5, of course. Whoa! Hey, Shantini! Hi. Welcome back. And yeah, this is indeed Hippopotamus! This is the first time that I am seeing this myself. Very much looking forward to it. We're gonna have Vinchester on the left-hand side playing with Mongols, Sebastian on the right-hand side playing with Malians. Guys are very close together as well, so it can be, as you said, kind of like Scottra in a sense, but it seems like for the most part right now it's going to play pretty standard. So Sebastian knows where Vinchester is. Vinchester probably does not know where Sebastian is. He was probably just trying to find his own resources. We take a look at Sebastian, and yeah, he knows where Vinchester is, but he wasn't able to get any lanes going. Now Vinchester, on the other hand, he's got the full HP scout over here. He's just one tile too far away from the elephant, so he missed it just by a hair. Yeah, and Sebastian is taking the elephant over here, so it's gonna be fine. The map is always the same, so they know where everything is. Oh, that is a fair point, right? So it seems like they are going to spawn in the Hypos Nostrils. I guess it was a matter of just Sebastian being unlucky and not spotting the... Like, they know where each other is, right? But he wasn't able to spot, like, an elephant on time. And the same goes for Vinchester as well. If he wanted to get the lane going over here, it seems like he wasn't able to do so. We've seen a lot of field trash on the wood line. The map is always... Oh, okay, yeah. I guess that does make sense, right? There is only one kind of viable wood line over here. You know, I probably would prefer to have maybe a lumber deposit. Somewhere, but yeah. So you would have an alternative. I guess you can go for the extra wood outside the water, right? So it's not like you don't have extra options whatsoever. So I guess, never mind. You do not need lumber. I would be surprised if all the resources were in the same location every time. Usually the way it goes is you're going to have fixed generation for where the players begin and the general layout of the map, the general look of the map, but then the resource will be spawning kind of randomly. Here we go. Beautiful. Sebastian is getting ready to Vinchester side. He went around the wall line, took a while for him to get here. He's got 2 militias and doesn't seem like he'll be able to get anything done. Vinchester already got the walls up on both sides of the wood line, so Sebastian can maybe get to the gold. Well, we'll see. There you are. Village Seer already for Sebastian. Vinchester's been there for a while. Vinchester's economy is so much stronger. He's the only player to go for fishing ships right now. Sebastian has got on a dock up in the north. He's going for a fire galley. Vinchester, because of the head start he had to the village, because of the Mongols, right? Should be in a pretty good spot over here. So they've been going for standard galleys. If he can get 4 or so over here, that should be probably enough for him to fight fire galleys off pretty easily. Especially because of how narrow the water is. Doesn't really lend itself to surrounds, right, from the fire galleys. We're gonna see a villager going down, though! Not quite! This is so close, and the tower is getting the knights, so Sebastian in the end does manage to get some damage done. The villager is walking away very low HP. Oh, and one villager crumbles, yes sir. Now it's gonna try to get another one. The scout does go down, but the village does crumble as well. We'll see 2 Minotaurs over here coming up in addition to 1 archer as well. The tower will come up for sure, but it's already come up at a price. 2 villages have gone down for Vinchester. If it weren't because of his fishing ships, he probably would have fallen behind in working count a little bit. So, Sebastian, yeah, it's gotta be careful. It's gonna continue going for fire galleys and Vinchester. Vinchester's got 2 standard galleys. He's got fire galleys coming at himself. So on paper, he's looking stronger on water, and he might be able to get some villagers down over here to try and offset for the villager losses he took earlier, right? But he's unable to get the villagers down yet. Yeah. Sebastian's gonna be just fine. Beautiful tower location for Sebastian. Absolutely fantastic. Now Vinchester, if he wants to keep on collecting gold, you have to make a play for the north. There's a lot of idle TC time for Sebastian, yes. He's going to go a little bit higher right now. So he got housed. And he's trying to get the house up. He's going to get past 1 minute of idle TC time. And it's going to probably end up falling behind by a 3rd villager. Yeah, that tower is a beautiful fortification for Sebastian now. Starting to put some pressure up north. Good thing that Vinchester hadn't accidentally overchopped over here. That would have been tragic. But Sebastian does have Minotaurs over here still, so he should be able to take the palisades down. As a matter of fact, he's going to do so. Vinchester's got the archers. But he's waiting for Sebastian to come in. He cannot really engage over here either, mind you. There is a skirmisher over there from Sebastian. Getting control for Vinchester though. Yeah, and Sebastian actually doesn't that kind of getting himself trapped over here. He's gotta be careful. Get unit control. There you go. Sebastian got pushed away. Still finds himself 2 workers behind. He's able to get 1 villager from Vinchester over here though. So he catches up a little bit. Still significantly higher idle TC time compared to Vinchester, who is now going to make the play for the goal up in the north finally. There we go, Sebastian. Well, he's got some presence up in the north, but doesn't seem like he'll be able to spot the goal yet, will he? I had a really bad night. I'll need to nap. I'll be lurking for a bit. Alright, alright. Yeah, no problem. For me, today, starting the stream at the time that it started is, you know, significantly earlier than my usual stream time. So to me, today was like going to work at, instead of like 9 a.m. or like 6 a.m., right? But it was not too bad. Right now I'm feeling alright already, so it's good. Beautiful unit control from Sebastian still. Might be able to breach through. Might be able to breach through. This house is on fire. It's not being repaired fast enough. And with the skirmishers, a villager is going to risk her life by committing to repairing the house. Sebastian seems to be getting a little bit of a better deal on water as well. This was looking a lot better for Vinchester just a few moments ago, but Sebastian committed to the water, went for a bunch of extra units, and now seems like he's going to end up getting control over here, while Vinchester's economy has been a disaster for a while already. Take a look at this. Worker efficiency throughout the game has been significantly higher for Sebastian. This is because of the push, right? Because of all the aggression, the consistent, non-stop, relentless aggression from Sebastian, which results in the red player collecting a lot of extra resources in the end, even if Vinchester was faster up to the fuel age, for instance, because of the Mongols. Sebastian is the one to look the strongest right now. It seems like he's gonna be on his way to the castle age very soon as well. The Minotaurs are coming in, the skirmishers are coming in as well. He's gonna end up pushing the villagers away from gold as well. It's gonna be the second gold the Vinchester gets pushed away from. Oh, the tower went down though, down south. That is a genius move from Vinchester, taking advantage of the fact that the units from Sebastian are up in the north. He ends up regaining access to the south goal, but Sebastian's still looking strong, guys. That's a lot of skirmishers. These might not be the strongest units, mind you, but 8 skirmishers will still 5-shot villagers. Sebastian? Yeah, Sebastian lost water. He's not going to give up on it, and of course, being the first player going up to the castle age means first player to get access to War Galley, which in this situation is going to signify fire ships, right? I want to be able to cast at 6 a.m. I'll be so tired to work. Yeah, but to cast or play H, no chance. Yeah, well, and this is just like it was obviously not 6 a.m. for me. It was just a metaphor because I do start operating daily at around 16 GMT, starting casting at 13 GMT is like 3 hours earlier, right? It's mostly just me being used to waking up very late every day. So starting at 10 a.m. for me kind of feels like it'll feel like for somebody who works at 9 a.m. to try and get up at 6, right? But yeah, feel free to judge me. What's a follow-up for Seba? Stable. Well, he's got to go for War Galley, we know that for sure, and he is going for Bloodline, so it is going to be nice. He does have 2 stables already up, and with Malians, it is definitely the way to go. And Vinchester realizes the huge potential for damage for Sebastian the moment he gets to the castle age, right? So he goes on to call the GG, and 21 minutes 45 seconds into it, Vinchester goes on to call the GG as Sebastian. He equalizes the series, and guys, we're gonna have a full set where Sebastian is giving Vinchester a run for his money. We'll see what we get for game number 5. Let's yeah, take a look at the achievements first. Of course, this is looking better for Sebastian. KD almost gets the 3-2 for the Uruguayan player. For economy, on the other hand, he did get a stronger economy, and this is just by virtue of having much higher worker gather time, right? Like much higher worker efficiency throughout the game because of the push. If it weren't because of the aggression, Sebastian probably would struggle this game. Vinchester does get to a higher villager max count. Of course, this does come at the expense of not going out to the castle age, right? So kind of falling behind. So I cannot imagine Sebastian being too concerned about it in the end. Sebastian was the one to take the fewest villager losses as well, with only 2 villagers going down compared to Vinchester's. Admittedly, still pretty low losses, 6 villagers only throughout the game, but of course, it made a little difference. Game number 5 is here then. The last one, the tiebreaker between Vinchester and Sebastian. We're gonna have first off for Mr. Vinchester down the south, the Franks, and Sebastian up in the north. He's playing with the Aztecs. That means, of course, that Vinchester civilization, staple of Arabia Games, the Franks over here, one of the strongest civilizations for this map, is going to benefit from the berry bushes a little bit more, as they have faster working foragers, free farm upgrades, extra HP, and cover units starting the fuel age, in addition to also 25% cheaper castles, right? Team bonus going to give them extra line of sight and knights, and then taking a look at Sebastian's civilization, he's got the Aztecs. It's a very, very interesting position for sure. For the Uruguayan with Aztecs is going to have one of the strongest monks in the game, bar none. Besides that, the Aztecs also will have villagers who can carry 3 extra resources per trip for free. They will begin with 50 extra gold. And then, in addition to all of that, we'll see for Mr. Sebastian, the monks get 5 HP on top of their standard HP per each monastery technology that they get researched. Because they get the full monastery available to them, they're going to be a fantastic choice against cavalry civilizations. And Vinchester, well, he's got very much so a cavalry civilization, so it's going to be interesting to see. Vinchester will still have the possibility to overwhelm the monks if he gets a good amount of knights up, or even if he goes for a few light cavalry and whatnot, but that's too far into the game, right? Let's just focus on the task at hand, as the guys are going up to the fuel age very soon. Vinchester's going to be the first one to click up, and Sebastian, of course, playing with the Aztecs means that he's going to make a play for archers, and he's going up a little bit later. So let's take a look at the map generation. We haven't really done this for the series for the most part, but we see that Vinchester, he's got the main goal on the left-hand side of the TC, very, very close by. We have secondary goals, both of these on the right-hand side as well. And then there is the main stone towards the south. The secondary stone is going to be on the left-hand side as well. And it shouldn't be too difficult for him to wall himself out. There is the option for him to go for something very cheap like this, but he wouldn't be able to secure too many resources. So instead, we could potentially see the walls come up something like this, and then potentially from here to here if he spots the goal. Otherwise, maybe something else. But check this out, guys! Check this out! The trap!
Okay. Okay.
Beautiful! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Sebastian is going to end up losing his scout over there. He's got militias now on the way, and Vinchester. Well, Vinchester's already got into the fuel age. He's got a stable on the way. There we are. We have Minotaurs now for Sebastian too. He forces Vinchester into bringing yet another villager to try and repair over here. The archers are already on the way for the red player as well. Meanwhile, Vinchester is going for an archer range himself right now. Spearman's there for Sebastian. He's not forward though. And Vinchester's unit control is good. He does chunk a little bit of HP off these Minotaurs. Taking advantage of the hail as well, and Vinchester realizes about the Spearman right now, but this is the kind of gameplay that I'm expecting to see from Sebastian to give him the highest chances of taking the series. Go. Beautiful. Here we go. Nice cleanup from Vinchester. Patience does pay off as the blue player takes everything down from Sebastian without really taking too many losses himself. A single scout has gone down over there. Meanwhile, Vinchester, he's got still 4 scouts left. 3 skirmishers up over here, and he's gonna be the one trying to put pressure against Sebastian. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it's going to work out anyway. For Sebastian, that is, right? We have skirmishers, which will counter both the spear and archer units from Sebastian. But it's not going to stop the Uruguayan from trying, though. I don't know about this, man. I don't know about this. The skirmishers already target the spearman. And notice, 3 volleys, and the spearman goes down. And the scouts dominate the archers. The skirmishers dominate the archers. Sebastian, trying to take the engagement over there, of course, came at a risk, and he ended up already losing 1/3 of the HP of the spearman over there. He's gonna need additional units, and he's going for a second spearman. He's going for blacksmith right now so that he can get fletching. And Vinchester doesn't really have fletching right now. He does have, however, a much stronger economy compared to Sebastian. Seems like he's not too far off from going up to the castle age. And this is ridiculous! This is incredible to see from the Franks! I mean, take a look at that! He went up earlier. He was going for scouts, so of course that was going to be the case, right? But he did go up with a smaller economy compared to Sebastian. He did go for a good amount of scouts, 5 total if I'm not mistaken. He gets skirmishers out, and he'll still be able to click up to the castle age 15 minutes into the game. Are you kidding me? Sebastian, on the other hand, he's kind of gonna close himself to. He is getting housed right now, however, though, so we find ourselves once again in the same situation where Sebastian is significantly higher in idle TC time compared to Vinchester. Hey, Wonder Boy! Hi. Welcome back. Let's go, Sebastian. Love to see the support. I'll tell you that much. And I gotta wonder, because I did see people arrive to the stream and rooting for Sebastian from time to time, but I haven't seen everyone together. So everyone who is watching the stream right now and is rooting for Sebastian, do show up right now. Do say, I do support Sebastian. I want to know, I want to just gauge how many people watching the stream right now are coming in specifically for Sebastian. I would imagine it's going to be a good amount of people. There you go. Love to see it. I saw some more of you before. Seems like we are in lurking mode for the most part. But it's always to see visible support for the players. Now I'm very curious if we have anybody supporting Vinchester over here, or rooting for Vinchester. And we have at the very least one viewer. Rooting for Vinchester, yes. Vinch is such a cool guy. Yeah. As well. I just showed up randomly, but I'm impressed given Vinchester is a big favorite over here. Vinchester map is better than Sebastian's. I don't know. He does have 2 goals for, though. He's got just the main goal in the back. Sebastian, he is in a somewhat similar situation where he's got the main goal over here somewhat protected, and then the secondary goals are going to be outside. He does have the main stone for, though. Vinchester does have the goal in the back. Yeah, the woodlands do favor Vinchester. That is true, though. However, even earlier when we were taking a look at the potential wall outs, right, from Vinchester, we noticed that he would have been able to wall towards the edge of the map. Now, to be fair, this is not something that is doable precisely because of the map. This is very expensive and time consuming for Vinchester, and he's still very much open. Yeah, Sebastian's woodlines are only 2 over here, so he would have to go to the edge of the map, right? And he's gone for it. Sebastian is already completely walled off. Vinchester is still very much open, so trying to go for the greedy walls like this could potentially backfire if Sebastian ever realizes about Vinchester still being open. Also, these walls that Vinchester has gone for over here on the right hand side, not good. Very, very hard to defend. The villagers are very far away, so he would have to bring the villagers all the way over from the wood line. So it wouldn't be too difficult for Sebastian to breach through over here. Usually these massive walls do come at a price, not only the economic price, but also the risk, right, is much, much greater. Guess it's here for both these guys. Working count is very, very close between both these players as well, and Vinchester. Vinchester's going for the extra TCs. Now Sebastian is going for eagles, which I like. I love to see this. He's going for some monks as well. If he is to win this game, he's gonna need to go for either a much heavier eagle production. Right now he's producing... Okay, there we go. He's starting to produce from more than 1 barracks. A moment ago he was producing from only 1, right? Or he needs to go for a bunch of extra monks. And now we see the conversions coming up over here. Sebastian's got the potential to get a lot of damage down, especially if Vinchester's gonna be focusing on playing for the economy over here. With the 3 TCs up, the Russian player will be diverting the majority of his economy towards villager production. So if Sebastian's able to breach through over here on the right hand side, or just come in through the left, or breach through the center over here, he should be able to overwhelm Vinchester's defenses. A couple monks will get him a long way in fighting against the knights, and a heavier eagle warrior production should be enough for him to offset for the knights anyway, right? As he's gonna be producing from 3 barracks as opposed to Vinchester is gonna be producing from up to 2 stables. Yeah. I wouldn't say that Sebastian's dead yet. I would say that he's got significant potential for damage over here, and he's about to take down one of the stables, and now he's forcing another stable from Vinchester. And we see the light cavalry going straight against the monk, and he's getting one. He's going to get yet another one. And yes, sir, the defense for Sebastian's forward is not good. That is yet another monk going down, and Vinchester is going to continue going further forward, right? Trying to find more monks, and that's gotta be already like the 5th monk going down so far from Sebastian. Hundreds of resources down the ground, and now these eagles, they are not enough in numbers. We don't have the monks over here, which is why I wanted to see more eagle production. And the monks were always going to yield some risks. Now the eagles get completely wiped out over there, and boy, we see a few light cavalry over here going down to a massive amount of eagles that would be of much better use forward, right? As opposed to on the back. Sebastian prevented Vinchester scouts from getting the 6th monk out at the expense of half his army forward. That was not good. Yeah, exactly. Sent like 50% of his army back to defend against light cavalry after he already had taken the majority of the losses anyway. And this is not good, right? These knights will surely take on the eagles once again. To be fair though, these are weak knights from the previous engagements, so maybe the eagles do have a chance over here, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough still. There's a defensive castle on the way for Vinchester right now. You can wave goodbye to your options. If you're in Sebastian's position over here, you won't be able to keep on pushing from this angle anymore. Yeah. And all we can see from Sebastian from this point onwards is trying to find different angles to push from, and yeah, it's going to be much harder from this position onwards to push against Vinchester, and the bull players done a really good job defending themselves. Sebastian, a few missteps here and there. I mean, not prioritizing the right army at the right time, or not prioritizing the right fights at the right time, right? Yeah, and now Sebastian's gonna try to push from the left-hand side. Well, he has to. The castle is not gonna allow him to keep on pushing from the front anymore, and it's going for the Siege Workshop. Vinchester's got 4 TC on the way. There you go. It's coming in right now. Yeah, and the Magnell is at the very least going to have a heal advantage, right? So this is something that goes in favor of Sebastian. He gets another Magnell out and he's going for one. Should really start to take the TC down. However, Vinchester is going for a defensive castle, and it seems like Sebastian's realizing about this. Now there's a big engagement coming up. If he can get the mountains in position, he will be able to deny the castle. He's gotta be careful though. Once again, the light cavalry are getting away with murder. Get into the monks right away. At the very least, Sebastian will be able to keep the mangonels up. He hasn't really taken any eagle losses over here yet, right? So this is... it's not bad, and Vinchester's got just like cavalry to defend themselves, so this is good, guys. Sebastian does have the possibility over here of getting some good damage done and potentially denying or at the very least delaying the castle quite a bit. What is the range of both these TCs? Oh, actually, he cannot get too close with the mountains because of the TC range. Wow, that is so good for Vinchester though. He's built a chain of defense. So now the Eagles are coming in. The Eagles are coming in. Now I'm liking this a lot better. That TC is going down. Without the TC there, then we don't have enough defenses for the Castle Foundation anymore. So the village is coming out right now, but that's a lot of Eagle Warriors. And that's a lot of villages about to go down, but the Knights are coming over as well. The Light Cavalry are here too. Sebastian's got a good amount of units, but the mountains are going down. Without the battle, he cannot deny the castle anymore. And Vinchester, can he though? He does have the Eagle still. And what a missing position. Sebastian is going to bail out. The castle comes out. The chances for damage for Sebastian get reduced to almost 0. Vinchester's defenses have been really, really good. Where can Sebastian push from at this point anymore? Left hand side? I mean, he can probably take the TC down if he sends some siege around the left hand side, right? But even taking the TC down, Vinchester will still have 3 left. And then there's a castle coming up on the right hand side as well, right? The other option would have been to indeed destroy the passive wall on the right hand side and try to push from the right hand side, but now that the castle's coming out, it doesn't seem like it's going to be an option for much longer. Sebastian needs to go up to the Imperial to fight the castles off. But how on earth is he gonna do that on 64 villagers compared to 110 for Vinchester? Just seems like the options are kind of disappearing for Sebastian. They are just evaporating. Yeah, push over here unfortunately did not really work out for Sebastian, and there is some truth of course to the fact that Vinchester's map was a little bit easier to protect at the very beginning. I don't think that is like the only reason why Vinchester is ahead. I think he did a really, really good job going for the Light Cavalry earlier, targeting the monks over here, and kind of forcing Sebastian's hand, right? That was a little bit of a misplay from the Uruguayan player earlier. Yeah. Oh, it's vaporizing? Ah, interesting. Thank you. Yeah, Sebastian, he knows he cannot make a play for the Imperial Age, right? So he's just gonna try and push with rams. This could be good. He's garrisoning the rams with eagles, so he should be able to protect these against villagers. He has to go all in. There is no way he'll be able to go out to the Imperial Age with this economy. So here he comes, and the castle could go down, guys, but there's yet another one coming up right behind this one for Vinchester. To be fair, the blue player doesn't really have too many units right now. And what are the Eagles doing? They're just standing there. Sebastian's unit control has been a little bit rough around the edges this game. And now I believe he is targeting the TC only, so these Eagles are taking a lot of damage. Okay, there we go. Now he's targeting the Knights as well and the castle. The castle is probably going to go down. What is the HP looking like for these rams? Not too good, and the castle's staying up. And you know what? Sebastian is going to have enough of it, guys. He goes on to call the GG, and Vinchester is going to end up taking game number 5 to get the game in the series, knocking Sebastian out on the round of 24 and moving on to the round of 12 actually to be played tomorrow. Wow, just wow. Let's cross the victory over here for Vinchester and take a look at the achievements. Sebastian, of course, went down swinging. In this result, taking Vinchester the distance is nothing to be ashamed of. Of course, I'm pretty sure that Sebastian would have preferred to win. Anybody would have. But to be honest, this has been like really, really good for Sebastian as is. So well done. Taking a look at the achievements, we'll see a better KD for Vinchester, approaching 7-4. An economy that favors the Russian player as well. We're going to see in the end a total of about 3,000 extra resources. And then for society, villager max count that is significantly higher for Vinchester over here. He did end up taking a few losses over here. He did lose about 27 villagers throughout the game. Sebastian only 5, but of course, it's just a drop in the bucket, right? When you see the delta over here in work account between both these guys. Makes sense. Vaporizing or... Wait, hold on. Now I'm confused. Or evaporating. So, did I say it correctly before when I said evaporating? Now I'm gonna have to Google Translate it just to be sure. Regardless though, Vinchester moves on, so Sebastian gets knocked out.